Lawyers for Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell are arguing against the unsealing of grand jury testimony against her. A new filing says, quote, Jeffrey Epstein is dead, Ghislaine Maxwell is not. And a source tells CBS News Maxwell did not implicate President Trump in her interview with the Deputy Attorney General last week. And the Republican-led House Oversight Committee wants to speak with former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Lawmakers subpoenaed them and several other former officials who oversaw investigations into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe is tracking the latest on all of this. Ed, good morning. What are we learning about Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with the Deputy Attorney General?
Well, as you said, that 9-hour exchange included nothing from her implicating the president. In essence, she met with Todd Blanche, the number 2 at the Justice Department, last month for 9 hours down in Florida. And she said that Trump, who was once a friend of the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, did nothing in her presence to implicate him, according to this source. And this little bit of information comes as administration officials continue discussing whether or not to release the transcript or the recordings of that 9-hour exchange that happened over 2 days, either all or some of it, as the pressure continues on this White House and the administration overall to release everything related to the Epstein files except the names of the victims.
Now, Ed, let's talk about these subpoenas from the House Oversight Committee. What are the chances the Clintons actually testify before Congress?
So a former president has never successfully been compelled to testify, but they can voluntarily come before a congressional committee. Gerald Ford did that back in the 1980s, and William Howard Taft and Theodore Roosevelt and Harry Truman, as former presidents, also appeared at different times for different reasons before congressional committees. Remember, Donald Trump sued the January 6th committee that was investigating what happened on that day back in 2021 to successfully not appear. And Clinton could either decide to voluntarily show up or somehow defy the subpoena and let this go to court. What exactly the Oversight Committee wants to learn from him is not entirely clear. He issued a statement a few years ago saying that while he had known Epstein, he knew nothing about his crimes. He had flown on Epstein's planes in 2002 and 2003 to sites in Europe, Africa, and Asia, but otherwise knew nothing else about what he was convicted of doing. So this is another wrinkle in the ongoing push by Democrats and Republicans to get everything they can. Also notable that the committee subpoenaed all former attorneys general and FBI directors dating back to the George W. Bush administration when investigations into Epstein first began.
All right, Ed O'Keefe at the White House. Thank you.